Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again. We're here in the China coverage qualifiers of the Manila Masters 2017. And oh my goodness, oh my gracious, me oh my, Invictus Gaming versus Team VG.J. Game number 2 is going to be starting right now. Oh my god, I'm excited. I can't wait. It's going to be wonderful. And yeah, we saw a pretty interesting game last time. I think that VG.J were... it was a little bit rough. Not gonna lie, they took the Magnus as the first pick overall, got answered by the Monkey King and the Juggernaut, which turned out to be a really strong lane. We saw Burning find a couple of kills early on, and now with a first pick going the way of Invictus Gaming, we're actually going to see a change up in the first couple of bans. Lifestealer was consistently like the most important hero in the draft for Invictus Gaming when they're going up against VG.J. And this is a team that, again, people aren't going to be given enough respect to, but they 2-0'd VG Gaming in this qualifiers. They 2-0'd LGD Forever Young. And sure, VG.J have also 2-0'd every team that they've met, but they haven't played each other yet. And this is where, you know, all the chips are on the table. And this is also not one of those qualifying matches where as a team you're going to be like, it's okay if we don't fully make it. No, you need to get into this one. By and large, Manila Masters is sort of billing itself to be the answer to DAC. It's like the other side of the team of the events that didn't get a major. If you think about where they were at before, they had the Manila major, and this is them trying to replicate that and said, yeah, we still do deserve a major. And all of these teams, they want to get into this event very badly. Big prize pool. There's going to be all the best teams in the world that are in it. It's really gearing up to be a cool tournament. $250,000 USD is the prize pool, if I'm not mistaken. And the teams that are already there, you've got Evil Geniuses, you've got OG, you've got Newbie, you've got Team Secret, one other direct invite that's yet to be announced, and then there's 3 other qualifier spots. So this is going to be a big old tournament, and all of these teams very much wanting a place in it. Of course, the loser of this series is going to move on to face LGD in the losers finals, and that is going to take place immediately following this. And then, of course, tomorrow, an hour after the time that this game started, which would be 4 a.m. Pacific, which is actually right now. So right now, tomorrow, 24 hours from right now, a best of 5 will happen between the winner of that losers finals as well as the winner of this winners finals. In case I didn't confuse you enough before. So yeah, great stuff. Very excited. Very curious to see how it works out. Slardar is the answer that VG.J are going to put forward to the Lifestealer. Still a lot of opportunity to run other heroes there. They could go back for a Batrider on Invictus Gaming if they wanted to. That's something that we saw them do in the last patch a decent amount. The other hero that they've actually been running a fair amount is still that Monkey King, something to keep in mind. And I think that's probably some of what VG.J is thinking right now. Do we want to take the Monkey King ourselves? And they are going to do that. So they're going to run the Monkey King. This does leave open, who'd probably be the next one? Earth Spirit is a possibility if they wanted to try and run that. They could also run the Bounty Hunter, which they've taken a few times, although not all that often. In my eyes, Earth Spirit feels like a kind of interesting answer, unless they really do want to run another one of those, strong off-lane heroes that's great with an initiation. Since they already banned out the Centaur themselves and Slardar got taken by VG.J, I think that still you're looking for a little bit of an answer for that for Invictus Gaming. Another hero that sets up the fight for you, puts you in a position to find those pickoffs and get kills and snowball from there. But the Monkey King taken by VG.J. In my eyes, it's going to be probably either the Earth Spirit or going back for something like the CM. Okay. Yeah, that works. That's decent. I think that this is an answer just to help enable the rest of their draft. I would still expect to see an Earth Spirit ban here by VG.J, which would make sense.
10 seconds
but
remaining.
Who's to say with what they're running?
5 seconds remaining.
Let us see.
Reserve
The
time.
next set of bans for VG.J. I'm just looking through their heroes here, trying to figure out what it is. Ooh,
Dire
Legion would have been a good
team
one
back.
too, actually. Yeah, that's really smart. Banning out the Silencer.
Radiant team
So the
back.
question that I have is, how are they going to play this Monkey King? It's probably going to be the position 4 again, but when you have a Slardar, you have the potential to run like a dual lane here. and sort of go a 3.5 for each of those heroes. I talked before about the way that we've occasionally seen Monkey Kings get ran, where you end up having
5 seconds remaining.
A pretty early movement in towards mid and trying to harass via that, which seems like it could be okay. But again, it's sort of dependent upon what they see as the rest of the draft. That's the nice thing about Monkey King in this patch, is that I think he is still very versatile and can be played in a lot of different ways. And looking back to the one match that VG.J had in competitive, it was FY that played the Monkey King. And when he did it, he did the same build as we saw earlier, which was one in Treejance, one in Jingu Mastery, and then going back for maxing out Boundless Strike after the fact. So that could be an option for him. And yeah, the Batrider are going to be banned. So they take out all of those initiating heroes. I still think the Earth Spirit's a pretty good option for Invictus. Just somebody to help set up that fight. But you can see that's like very clearly what they wanted to try and ban out here is you take out the two heroes that enable that Lifestealer. It is a little bit scary now with the Dazzle because you're pretty heavily focused whenever you run a Lifestealer on that single target damage. They could go back for an Axe. That wouldn't be terrible. Although if you take an Axe, then you're potentially running into a Monkey King that's, I think, decent against an Axe. Question mark? Maybe?
5 seconds remaining.
It's tough. Tough to tell.
Reserve time.
Because if you just take Jingu Mastery first, then you can start, ramping up the harassment against Axe. You will have a bunch of creeps on you most likely, but I think there's ways to play around that. Make sure that I'm not missing anything here. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So they've got the armor with Dazzle. They've got the minus armor with Slardar, and they are going to go for that Earth Spirit. It just makes the most sense to me. And I think that VG.J intentionally did not want to ban it out because they knew they were going to take it with that one. And now if they want to, they can pretty much take their pick of the litter as far as carries and mid go. And the other thing that this enables them to do
10 seconds
is make sure that there's not that solid initiation right at the start with Lifestealer. They took out the Batrider, took out the Legion Commander, and they've kind of ceded the early game to Invictus Gaming.
Reserve time.
Which is a scary thing to do again because this is a team that we just saw before. They like to get aggro early. VG.J are going to take the Juggernaut themselves. And I think this is, again, maybe one of those block picks. They could have run it mid if they wanted to for OP, but probably... Who are we going to see Invictus Gaming go back for mid? They've already taken out the Tinker. Invoker's still pretty good in this, I think. I think Invoker is probably the pick, but they don't have to take it right now. If they didn't take Invoker...
Axe.
Yeah, there's the Axe that I was talking about earlier. That makes sense. You run the Axe, gets through the Dazzle. This is just a very cookie-cutter draft from Invictus Gaming. And now bans expecting Invoker out of VG.J most likely. And then out of Invictus, what are they going to ban?
5 seconds remaining.
Kind of a tough one. Because they haven't played a ton of games on this patch.
10 seconds remaining.
Honestly. Oh, wait, I need to take that out. There we go.
Remaining.
Silencer's already been banned. That would have been pretty decent.
Dire team banned.
Invictus Gaming. Maybe an Ember? Ember or Storm? I think Ember's okay. Although TA would be pretty good as well. I would put my money on TA. Yeah, TA makes the most sense there with all the other minus armor that they've got. And they actually didn't ban? Oh my god, VG.J, they didn't ban. What? They ran out of time. I was like, oh, maybe I just messed up the order of it. But no, they literally didn't ban any heroes. ROTK, what's going on, man? Come on now. All right, Invictus are going to take the Lina. They decide to go for that over the Invoker. That does leave Invoker for VG.J if they want it. I still think that I was expecting that Invictus were going to go for Invoker themselves, but Lina, it seems to work for him so far.
10 seconds remaining.
Venomancer.
Okay, we're good. We're in. We're doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 is happening, and it is indeed going to be a Venomancer as the last pick. Now, VG.J, I do not believe have run this in this patch, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe that they've run Veno ever in any of their games. Yeah, they haven't run one Venomancer. So we'll see how it works. Very curious to see it. Let me take a look to see if we have any from Mr. Freeze himself, if this is a hero that he likes a whole heck of a lot. I guess that it could be Jug mid and then Veno in the safe lane. Yeah, in Freeze's
10 seconds remaining.
pub matches, he has one game of Venomancer ever, which he lost.
5 seconds remaining.
So, good luck. I believe in you. And it looks like Aggressive has one game of Venomancer as well, which he won. So clearly Aggressive should be the one playing the Venomancer this game, if they want to win at least. Cannot lie with those statistics. As we get ready to hop into game number 2. VG.J, not tournament life on the line, but at least the berth into the grand finals on the line. If they lose this one, they would have to move down to face LGD in the lower bracket finals. For now, we're chilling, waiting for this game to get going. Delicioso. There's something about having a coffee late at night that just feels right to me. Ooh.
Prepare for battle.
Scouted. Scouted. He's just out of range. He's not going to get it. Although they did kind of weirdly place this ward. Is that actually blocking? Okay, so it's not weirdly placed at all. Completely correct placement. Blocking the camp and giving some decent vision. I like this placement a lot. Because more often than not, when you see these, it's like you expect it to be over here or something. And occasionally you'll see some sentry wards like dropped in this area. But this one, less likely you're going to see it. Sio Bian Bian Wawan is apparently what it said. That's fine. Wonderful. Great. Love it. We've got Q up here on the high ground. They have placed an observer ward for themselves. Does he have an idea that this is happening? Does not look like it as of yet. Meanwhile, Monkey King, FY himself, is going to be pouncing around. Oh my god. What is this play? Is he going to go for it? He's getting a little bit closer. Do they spot this? They could see it moving around, but it doesn't look like they're actually going to. FY up to some mischief for sure. Very interesting. Oh, is he going to try and go for the rune snipe? No, he's just bouncing back and forth between the two of them. So yeah, FY playing this in a very interesting way. This is more what I expected out of the Monkey King in the last game. But they ended up playing it a little bit of a different route. And I want to see how they do it, because this dual lane can be quite strong. You end up with a situation where your support is always has to be worried, and you kind of actually, yeah, he's going to be heading back mid now. This is the other way to play it, which is you go and rush mid and just try and like cause issues for whoever is mid. And this can be quite strong as well. You're going to see right here in a second the Primal Spring. Very frustrating to deal with, although he could also just be going for a courier snipe as well. Lina being very careful not to move that courier out as of yet. Should have spotted Monkey King up on the high ground there. And now he can go and try and mess with XSS a little bit. Or FY just might want to stay in the trees the whole damn game. Who knows? So, in the meantime, Aggressive having to deal with XXS. You have Dazzle in the lane as well. The Dazzle Axe matchup is always interesting because you end up in situations where you can sometimes zone him out early with your hero, but obviously later game you run into issues as well with, you know, Grave being able to be bursted through. In the mid lane matchup, it's a little bit of a different look. Freeze currently going for just that max poison damage, can throw out Gales whenever he wants and just mess with OP. I do also spot that FY's in the area, going for the Primal Spring. A little bit too long on the channel, and they won't be able to punish. And because of that, Monkey King's still kind of left not really with a place to go in this game. I mean, he can go up here now and try and mess with the Axe a little bit, but Axe is getting a good amount of farm for himself. Courier brought into OP in the mid lane. And still nothing really doing as of yet. And ROTK on his Slardar, like, he's gotten some levels you can see, but you compare that to what XSS has gotten, he's almost a full level ahead and has more CS. Oh, goodness. Cursor. Arcane, so more consistent usage of this. They do have another Gale available. They could go into OP here. This might be a chance at first blood if they can find that angle. And Free's going to use it, looking for the initiation, going on to OP, channeled up to full. Right click's coming in. Is it going to be enough to find the kill? It looks like it will indeed, but FY going to end up being able to get away with the little courier as well. A little mischief happening. And can also jump forward. This is the thing that's so cool about him. You see how far that leap went? Like, you can be so mobile on this hero early. It's amazing. And this is why people played in that route, because you can find initiation from really far away. All right, XSS. XXS. Still getting his farm. And that's something that you got to be concerned about for VG.J. If this hero comes out of the jungle with, like, Tranquils and, you know, potentially even going back for the Vanguard. Oh, no. Oh, this is scary. Oh, this is scary. Oh, no, that got him. The Hellbear killed him off. Did he buy out? All right, he got his boots at least, but oh, that hurts. Oh, no, he lost 127 gold. Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, you hate it when that happens, but no, it's the price of going on as the ooh, roll in. Playing the Axe in the jungle. Freeze gonna get caught. Light Strike Ray as well. Able to dodge away from that one, and now OP turned around upon. Can they find this kill onto the Lina, trying to bring him low? They do have Q in the area. FY is gonna end up dying. Well, and Freeze also going to be able to find the kill on the Lina nonetheless. The deny was not quite there from the sister. And because of it, we end up getting a 1-for-1 trade. MK for the Lina, well worth it indeed for the side of VG.J. And FY needs to get something done. I mean, he's made a couple kills happen mid, but he needs something for himself as well. That's the big problem that I think we're seeing in this game, as there was trying to find a kill onto Freeze, who's just going to heal back up. Apparently Veno in the back pocket is the way to go. Maybe they've been running this hero in secret or something, but I like the skill build as well. You take a look at his talent tree, you get a movement speed of 30 or 30 experience gain, which is quite strong. Minus 60 respawn time on a core in the late game is absurd. Looking for the kickback, able to find it. Maybe going to be able to find a Light Strike Array. They didn't throw it out as of yet. OP trying to land it onto Freeze. Will be able to get it. The Grave comes out, though, and that's going to be more than enough for him to get away. Now OP in trouble. The right click's coming in from Fenrir, but they can't quite finish him off. The Gale coming through will, looks like it's not quite. Oh, it was enough. They ended up being able to kill him off with that. I thought he was going to survive. He didn't tango up enough. And now Freeze trying to kill off Bobica. He might be dead as well. He's got the Gale damage coming in, and they find a kill. So a double for Freeze at these early levels.
I'm here all week.
Wow. 4-3. Not bad at all as a way to start. And you take a look at, oh, aggressive. He might be in trouble. No dunk yet for Mr. Axe. Rolling Boulder in, looking for the stun. Oh, we'll find aggressive. Another call is available in 3 seconds, but aggressive juking away will look to be okay. And Fenrir is still here. XXS, he's halfway to level 6, so wouldn't be able to find the kill with the Grave in the area. A little unfortunate there. And now with aggressive healing back up, he needs to be careful because, well, aggressive has a Mango as well as level 6 almost online. So yeah, I think respecting that, you see the Axe back out. And we all do reset again. OP in the meanwhile
Regeneration.
does have a regen rune for himself.
This'll come in handy.
And seeing him play this hero last time around, just very impressed with Lina's play. OP did a really great job on it. As we miss a kill in the top lane, or bottom lane. So I was talking about level 1 Omni Slash still can be quite effective. Mangoed up, used it, with a little bit of help from Monkey King. I'm expecting, though, that this could be a kill onto ROTK as well if he's not careful. Yeah, they've got the stun, they've got the freeze, they got everything. ROTK going to go down. So they trade off kills on each of the offlaners. The big difference is that that wasn't really an ulti committed by any means for Burning. He still has Infest. It's just going to be hard for them to find a way to get initiations in. Like, Bobaka's going to go for it. Burning actually went for the Hand of Midas. So he is not trying to get aggro with this hero early. He's very comfortable taking this into the late game. A very different build from what we're used to seeing on the Lifestealer.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
In the meantime, FY looking for OP. He does have Boundless Strike here. Could go in for it, but not scouting out that Lina's TPing away will mean that he does not find that kill. And still we're sitting. Burning most likely ahead because of that Midas now. The big question is, are we going to see VG.J take advantage of it? Can they punish this at all? Possibly kill him off with a rotation before he gets an armlet or something else online like that. He's going to be behind by an item for a little while now. You will have that a little bit of a level advantage, of course, with the Midas there, but he's not going to be able to get active. And I think that this sort of speaks to the fact that you have the Axe that didn't get as much out of this lane as he would have wanted. Still very far away from his Blink Dagger means that he's not going to be able to find kills early on with this. And I wouldn't even be surprised to see if XSS goes back for something like a Vanguard first. Like if you wanted to change out this Blink build, he could still go for the Blink very much so, but
That's not right.
I don't know.
Shut away.
Oh, Vision. They do spot out all of these heroes here. VG.J realized that Bobaka as well as OP are in the area. And with that, they back out. Not wanting to get caught off guard.
I'll take
They will
that
be
as
fine.
tribute.
Still dealing damage to Burning.
Dire's middle
And
tower
not
is
to
under attack.
end up overstating it, but VG.J, they definitely want to get something done with that Midas there onto Burning. So we see aggressive going into the Sanjin Yasha for himself. Not a completely uncommon item at this point in time, but it definitely signals that he wants to make things happen. As opposed to something like a Manta style, or I don't think we've seen a Battle Fury Jug in a really long time. So it could have been a possibility. And yeah, Armlet going to be online next for Lifestealer. Still no punishment coming in from this. And I'm becoming more and more concerned. Like, particularly because you're running this Venomancer in a core role. Not that the hero by any means is, like, god-awful or anything, but I do sort of wonder about, like, what his role is going to be. You get 75 damage at level 20. You get the minus 60 respawn time. I guess you probably go for the cast range, maybe?
Radiant's top
I don't know in the
tower
core
is under
Veno which
attack.
build you're going to go for here. But they want to make something happen. Down in the bottom lane, FY leading the charge. You've got XXS here. If they could kill him off before the Blink Dagger, it would be a really big pickup. And, well, also OP is here. Do they spot him out? Yeah, there's the pings. They realize what's happening. A little bit too much tree dancing going on by the Monkey King. And because of that, Axe playing very far back, not wanting to get caught. Although he still might be in trouble, honestly. Gonna Primal Spring forward. He has a Boundless Strike to follow as well. And now, well, they're pulling him back in. There's the Boundless Strike. Omni Slash as well, and XSS just dies. A very strange decision. They get the stun on the FY. They find the kill there as well. Burning has shown up. So they lose the Axe, but maybe going to be able to find some more in return. Aggressive, in trouble, does not have a Blade Fury here. He ends up stick charging and now turns to fight. Can it be enough, though? Freeze taking a good amount of damage, but still very survivable. Has the Ogre Club in hand, so not going to be able to find that kill. And OP has to force support pop the Shrine. Trying to run away from this one. They end up getting the Gale onto Burning, applying the Poison Touch as well with those wards placed down. And with that, it looks like they're going to force back the rest of the side of IG and take down this tower. Top lane, there's still action going on. XSS looking for the call, not going to be able to connect.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And they'll
attack.
make do with just that tower going down. So again, a very odd decisions all around. They're able to find a kill, and it felt like IG were trying to bait VG.J into that, but I don't know if they had the... Oh god, I think Q might be dead. Possibly. He's thinking about it. FY. There's the jump. Boom. 1, 2. Boundless strike to finish. Yeah, that's enough. Well played. And now I don't know if they can take him down. Oh, really unlucky. They do find the tree taken out, though, with the boulder smash.
Dire's middle
FY.
tower is under attack.
He should be able to jump away, though. God, this hero's just so hard to take down. Lina in the area as well. I mean, he does have Jingu Mastery up again. So if they wanted to go in on this, they could. Bobica, maybe in some trouble now, has the Gale down. Looking for the jump, looking for the kill. The Blade Fury is there.
Under attack.
And Boundless Strike from the trees to finish. In the meantime, you still are a little ways away from Blink Dagger for this axe. Like, this has really not been a great game for him so far. It's not like it's terrible timing by any means, but it's just that they desperately need some way to start the fight, some way to jump on top of these heroes, because everybody's just so maneuverable. And honestly, it's not like he's having a bad game by any means. ROTK is right there with him in terms of amount of farm that he's got, but they need him to have it before they can really make stuff happen. Nice crush there. Should still be able to make his way out. He's, well, gonna end up picking up the Blink Dagger and now jumping away. Monkey King spotting him out. They won't be able to find a kill before he gets it, obviously, since Axe now has Blink, but he's still stuck up there for the moment. Has his TP scroll ready. Now it's time to party. This is what they've been waiting for, and if they could find a kill into ROTK here, oh, it would have been huge. It looks like he's going to be able to get his Blink Dagger, though. Now, do Invictus Gaming, or rather VG.J, expect that IG are in this area? And that Lifestealer's inside of them. Bobica's in the area, too. Yeah, and they're going to end up TPing away from this. They might just kill off Bobica, though. Do they have vision? Yeah, they do spot him out there. I like the ward placement as well. They're going to smoke. Still looking. Does not look like IG realized this is happening. Meanwhile, Aggressive has already used Blade Fairy. He does have Omni Slash, but this is a scary moment. You have Blink on ROTK. It looks like they are not going to spout him out yet, so they could get a good counter initiation play here. The Crush connects, but they already used the Rage. Aggressive is going to die. They get the Dunk to boot, and now the CM ulti as well as Wukong Command. Is it going to be enough, though? I'm not sure if it quite is, as, well, Freeze still getting ran down, and yeah, 3 are already dead. Soon to be a 4th. They had the ulti out from Venomancer, and it looks like he will eventually fall. Looks like Bobica might as well. Yeah, he is. Well, Poison Touch just to finish it off. Last little tick of it. Fenrir trying to TP out, but with 4 dead, he will be the 5th. And a killing spree for Burning.
Radiant's middle tower
And now
is
Burning
under
has a
attack.
Midas. Now he has an armlet. It's looking like this could be quite a tough game from here on out from VG.J. Look at that drop. You're taking these types of fights with a Midas on your carry. He's almost 2,000 gold ahead of the Juggernaut right now as well.
Soldier's fortune.
And Jug is going for a Sanjin Yasha build, so yeah, I don't know. This is feeling quite tough to me. All right, we were doing so well with the lag for so long. Decides to come back again. I like the build that Freeze is going for, though. This is kind of neat. He's going for Dragonlance into Maelstrom, which is not at all what I would have expected, but I mean, this hero's kind of unique. He's got decent agi gain, 2.6 per level. He is an agi hero just in general, and, well, we'll be able to do nice things. FY gonna get stunned, trying to find him. I'm not gonna be able to get him. But they need Aggressive to get huge, and they need to make things happen around the map here. So 2,000 gold lead, 6,000 experience. Oh my god. Now Burning. FY is up here. They don't have freeze
Dire's
with them,
middle
though.
tower is under attack.
Call. I don't think that he was meaning to blink there because he had just taken some damage, so.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, OP going for the same build again. Into Bloodstone.
Dire's middle
They want to
tower
kill off
has
Burning
fallen.
so badly here, but with Rage available as well as Armlet, feels quite hard to get that kill. And now XXS, they are going to be able to TP out. It was a good blink by ROTK before the damage ticks start coming in from the Battle Hunger. And now Bobaca trying to go for the counter initiation. They get the Magnetize onto 3. FY is up here in the trees, still looking down to see if he can find some sort of angle to jump onto these heroes. Q as well.
Radiant's
They're backing
middle
out. They
tower
have
is under
Lifestealer
attack.
inside of XSS. And it looks like
Radiant structures
they
are
can go in for another
fortified.
round if they want. There's the crush. ROTK gone upon. Wukong command comes out. Q does have his ulti still if he wants to drop it, and now starting to channel, doing a lot of damage. FY is not going to be able to break this as of yet, but they will still be able to find it. XSS, the huge counterplay though, is going to be able to catch under one. Misses the second dunk though. Burning has amp damage onto him. FY jumps into the trees as well. Can they kill off this guy? They have been able to find him. They get the grave off. An aggressive ROTK. Very low. Another call. Another kill. XXS founds it. Fenrir is going to drop as well here in just a second. No way out. Another 4 heroes go down, and they only lose the CM. Devastating, devastating stuff for the side of VG.J. Another 1,600 gold swing, and now Lifestealer has a Deso. So 10,000 net worth. This is the problem when you leave these heroes alone. And it's not as if really right now VG.J were able to put the pressure on. I think it was a really good answer by Invictus Gaming
Radiant's top
to just
tower is
hold
under
off,
attack.
get the farm up on their heroes, and the Armlet toggle to secure his TP out with the Rage. Quite well done there by Mr. Burning again. It was just a well-executed draft from IG, I think. Now the question is, what is the answer? This ward has been doing work. I love this ward placement. It scouts out everything, but what are VG.J really going to do about it? Like, Lifestealer is inside of Axe. You going to initiate on this guy? He's going to jump forward, find freeze, try and get the call, Boundless Strike, turn in. Okay, maybe a chance. He didn't actually end up going for a... Oh, he has amp damage under Burning now. Q going for the ulti, taking down Fenrir. This is like the 3rd big fight that's gone on here. Finally, they're going to kill off Burning, giving a good bit of gold over to that side. XSS going to die as well. So that's 2 dropping. Finally, things starting to look a little bit better for VG.J, but is it going to be enough? Q, maybe the next one to fall here is they're going to go for the Boundless Strike, jumping forward. Q is going to drop. So they find 3. Invictus Gaming finally going to be punished in this top lane. They did not have the Earth Spirit there with the fight, nor the Lina, and it comes to the tune of 2,800 swing into the favor of VG Gaming. It's still a long road back at this point. The big issue is the experience, because these are heroes that do so much with these levels. And likewise, you need the levels on VG.J a lot. I mean, ROTK is going to be going back for a Midas now. I think this is a good answer. Fenrir is going in for the mechanism, I do believe, unless he's going to stop back for something else along the way. Just a casual Sage's Mask. Freeze in the meantime, building back into a Hurricane Pike next. Blade Mail soon to be up for the Axe. Burning is going to be going for an AC next. He is so farmed. All right, well, FY, he's got drums. I always like to see these different style of Monkey King builds because it's still such a unique hero we haven't seen a lot of. They spot that XXS is here. FY with the reduced night vision. Do they spot out that Monkey King is there? Oh yeah, they're on top of him. Now in some trouble. Ooh, good blink away. Yeah, and they won't be able to catch up to the Axe there. Good recognition. They're fine. And IG going to be confident and consistent with their movement around these maps, not giving anything up. Of course, the lag going to start to show up again as well. Wonderful. Force staff for Q. A couple of unique things you can do with that. Obviously, force staffing Monkey King out of his ultimate's pretty good, but also force staffing the rest of your team out of it is quite good. Not to mention just, you know, continuing to allow that separation between you and Venomancer, which has been a huge part of the damage in this game for them.
Come in handy.
I'm not sure about the freeze Venomancer. Not that he's necessarily doing anything wrong, but it's more just that I feel like this hero is still in somewhat of a questionable place. Aggressive also going to be going back for the Maelstrom. In the meantime, they kill off ROTK. He actually switched it up, so has the Midas completed already. It's also not going to be off cooldown, so not the end of the world by any means. Oh god, there's the jump in. XSS is there. Boundless Strike to try and turn it, but Freeze sure to drop. They have the Wukong command as well, but doesn't look like it's quite going to be enough. Maybe they actually can take him down here. FY getting healed up as well. They've got the jump inside the creep though, and maybe another Boundless Strike in a second. XSS could go back in for a Cole if he wants, but Fenrir gonna drop as well. IG all over him. Triple kill for XXS. Oh my god, they're getting destroyed. Yeah, 10k net worth or experience lead right now for IG. And as we were talking about burning, building towards that AC, it doesn't feel like they ever really had a chance. And this style of play from Invictus Gaming is so cool. You know, you get in there, you group up early, you take down towers, you take fights constantly. I mean, this is not like the style of Chinese Dota that everybody thinks of when they talk about it, which is like we're just going to go farm everywhere. It hasn't been that way for a while, but it's something to keep in mind that it's still not going back to that. Like 23 minutes in and there's been, what, 33 kills? It's great. You'll love to see it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I need to keep following all of these different Monkey King builds to see what the best one is. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it yet, but I expect with the big tournaments coming up now and Monkey King re-added into Captain's mode, we're going to see a lot of this hero at DAC. I'd be very surprised if he did not make quite a few appearances. I think the big thing is like maybe increasing the cooldown on Tree Dance. 1.4 seconds is still so low.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And what he's capable of doing early game. Like, he's got, in some ways, the same type of, like, team fight elements that you have out of an Earth Spirit, and he's got the mobility that you have out of an Earth Spirit, and he's got more survivability, as XXS just jumps in and kills off two, and now maybe gonna find some more. Freeze is about to drop. He gets his ulti off, but, well, Omni Slash is gonna be nearly enough. Aggressive also getting ran down to the ground. 5 dead yet again, and it looks like they might end up losing the axe here. Still taking a lot of that damage. Oh, the kick forward, Bulbaka! It's not enough! Oh, that would have been huge. That would have been great. Oh, he tried to help his friend. It wasn't there, though. The plague was too real. Axe had cancer and died. Poor Axe. And now, Invictus Gaming moving back in. They want to pressure down these towers and keep on the aggression. You have the AC done. Midas for Lifestealer. He also has Evasion now on this hero. From bad to worse to terrible. VG.J in a tough spot here. You also have Earth Spirit as the Blink Dagger done and building towards an Aghanim Scepter. Q level 16 took the 60 damage, 250 health instead of the cast range. And now has a Hood of Defiance. My goodness gracious.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is feeling quite tough.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Jump forward. Oh, Bulbaka jumps the other direction, and, well, they're not going to find him.
Radiant's bottom tower.
All right, they want this kill so bad. ROTK, they're just running through wards for this. Granted, you got to make those type of a plays, but Earth Spirit's already out, and now Burning, chasing a bit further here. Freeze is the one that was on his mind, but wasn't able to catch up to him. And instead, they're just going to be able to take down the Tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. So IG, they force rotations to the top. They get all of VG.J to move up here, and then they're able to take down the tower to boot. And now they can come back and defend it if they want. And Lina has Lifestealer inside with the Shadow Blade. This is a dead hero, whoever they find at this point, I think, just about. Maybe Aggressive can survive, but honestly, I'm not too sure about it. Lina, Shadow Blade about to break. Aggressive spots him there. They jump out on top of Aggressive. Has the heal coming out from the Dazzle, but they can still break this TP after the fact. He needed a TP away at that moment. Burning, taking an Omni Slash, does not care in the least bit, and Aggressive going to be ran down. Well, Light Strike Array, maybe, possibly. Is he actually going to get out of this one? He does have Blade Fury TP again. They turn, instead going to take down Fenrir. He goes for the grave, going to TP out. They are going to be able to break that TP. So Fenrir saves the life of the Jug. They do lose Monkey King, and now off to the side. XXS just all over him. Freeze dealing a lot of damage, but it's not nearly enough. A double kill for Bobica, and IG continue to extend this dominant spree that they've been displaying. 28-16, and more importantly, more structures to fall as all of the Tier 2 towers are gone. And if they wanted to, they could think about going high ground soon. I mean, they're going to have that Aegis for an extended period of time now. Just picking it up. Wukong Command. Bobica, I believe, tried to jump forward there, so it's immediately gone. And that's the problem with this hero, is that you run into these situations where you can just get blown up even though you have that great teamfight ulti. And now, VG.J don't have an answer for it when everybody else respawns as well. They're going to go in for this. Bobica could break down some of these trees in a second if he wanted to, but decided to save a hold of that Boulder Smash just in case things get a little bit dicey here. Burning does need to be careful. A Boundless Strike onto him. The kick away. Oh, good play by Bobica. Again, saving Burning. They take 2 melee barracks. They're just going to run away here. If they want to, they can turn to fight. And VG.J, they just don't have the answers at this point. It's not even necessarily, again, that they're playing bad, but you're playing from a deficit of 23,000 net worth and 30,000 experience. And you're on the verge of getting knocked down to the lower bracket 2-0 by IG, a team that you know if you want to have any chance of qualifying for this event, you have to beat again. So they need to find some answers if they are somehow going to turn away this mess of a game. It has been very tough for them. And I think more than this speaks to VG.J playing bad, it's really about Invictus Gaming playing quite well. I also expect that both of these teams think they're going to face each other again in the next round. Not that necessarily you're going to save strats by any means, or you can count on getting through it all. But I think that IG right now still, they're feeling quite good about this. Oh, OP, who's he going to find? Freeze is there. Shadow Blade, still a good duration left.
This'll come in handy.
They want Aggressive in a bad way. And Shiva's guard, there he is. There's the Laguna Blade, able to dodge away from it there with the Blade Fury. Still needs to TP away from this. And Light Strike, oh, a little bit off the mark. They're not going to get him. Oh, that's frustrating, I'm sure. In the meantime, ROTK able to get away just barely. Magnetize was not enough to find that kill. So, Q still comfortable staying in this lane. He's going back for an Aghanim Scepter next as well, and why not? You're having yourself a great old game. Venomancer did go for the damage, so he is hitting quite hard. It's not something to scoff at, and this is a hero that can hold high ground fairly well, even against, you know, super creeps. So it's a 30,000 net worth lead, but there have been bigger comebacks in the history of Dota. You can't completely count yourself out here. Not to mention, you do have things like this Midas online for ROTK, but it would need to be a hell of a comeback. Like, Fenrir is broke as a joke. And your Earth Spirit is more farmed at this point than your Slardar. This is not what you want to have happen. And he also has an Aghanims online. Oh, lordy. All right, yeah, that might be the nail in the coffin.
What have we here?
Because now he can just stay back and save anybody. Like, it doesn't even matter. They're going to probably wait for the next Roshan unless they get, like, a huge team wipe. But this is the move that I think VG.J have to go for. They need to try and bait out some type of reaction, but immediately they see everything. Oh, God, this is going to be a disaster. They're all over him. Double call onto two. Aggressive just eliminated in an instant. And now Fenrir probably going to fall as well. They're chasing him down. They throw the Laguna Blade. FY. Yeah, they just call GG. They knew what was going to happen there. And no other way out of this one. Invictus Gaming take it 2-0 over VG.J. The direct invites to the Kiev Major will get knocked down by the qualifying team from China. So really impressive stuff. Again, this is not necessarily either of these teams out at this point. You have IG that are going to move on into the grand finals where they will face off against either A, VG.J again, or LGD. Let's also keep in mind the rest of the bracket and the way that this has looked. VG.J knocked LGD down to the lower bracket in the very first round of play. I'll paste this real quickly into chat as well for all you fine folks out there, if you guys want to keep up with what the bracket has looked like. But VG.J, they 2-1'd LGD, and now they're going to have to go down and face them again. LGD has beaten every other team in the lower bracket, and now they're also going to have had a game to watch VG.J play against Invictus. So we're going to be going to that best of 3 in just a little while. I'm going to check in with the admins to see if they're going to push the time forward at all, or if we're going to have a little bit of a break between the two matches. So again, I've been Lyrical. I hope you've been enjoying the broadcasts. Again, apologize for the lag in the first game, but as you guys can see, it can be a little bit persnickety depending upon what game it is. Completely random. That game we didn't have too much lag with the exception of Wukong Command, which again is broken as all hell, but that's fine. So we'll be back in a little bit with our second best of 3 of the night, LGD versus VG.J. Invictus Gaming move on 2-0. Stay tuned for more from the Manila Masters, brought to you by BTS.